All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Marquise Cunningham. I am the product marketing manager here at Denim, and I'd like to welcome you today to Elevating Your Social Strategy with Advertising webinar. We will get started here shortly, but first I'd like to introduce some of the others on the call. Kylie, I'd like you to take it over and introduce yourself briefly.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kylie Pankey. A lot of you are likely familiar with me. I am a customer success manager here at Denim Social on the customer success team. Part of my role is working with you guys to make sure that you're getting the most out of your product with Denim Social and to do these webinars on a monthly basis and provide you guys opportunities to meet with our team and to meet with your peers to talk about everything from best practices to platform specific sessions. We've done Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now we are touching on elevating your social strategy with advertising. And then are we going to kick it over to Megan here?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Blair. I'm the VP of Marketing at Denim Social. I work closely with Marquise on the marketing side and Kylie and Taylor and Jordan, if you're familiar with your customer success team. And we're really excited to bring you this webinar today on advertising. So Marquise, I'll turn it back over to you to get started.
Sounds good. So I will be shutting off my camera. I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to see a face with a name. But yeah, with that being said, let's get started. So today's webinar will cover some high-level touch points on paid advertising through social media. We will discuss determining your goals and meeting them, owning your budget and setting it, audiences and how to scale them, content creation and what types of content works best, measuring your success, and lastly, some resources to set you up for success. Questions will be answered at the end of the webinar, so don't worry. All right, let's take a look at paid advertising 101. When looking at the different dynamics of social, two main pillars are organic and paid. Organic is your free or owned content that you post to connect with your audience and build out content on your page. This can come in the form of video, photo, or whatever format you deem appropriate for your audience. It is encouraged that you try different ways to engage your social community to see what resonates with them the best. Looking at the dynamic of paid content, these will be your sponsored or boosted posts. The key objective when looking at paid strategies are to increase engagement, views, lead generation, or a variety of other initiatives that go beyond an organic post. One of the biggest benefits of paid is targeting and being able to get your product or services in front of the right audience. A lot of different variables go into having a successful paid campaign, one of which being measuring the success of your efforts, which we will cover later. As you can see, we also have boosted posts here. Please note that boosted posts are not true advertising. Essentially, a boosted post is a regular post that you put money behind to reach a wider audience. True advertising or ads allow you to translate your paid efforts into tangible outcomes through various audience features and call to action options. The benefits of paid advertising can be unique to each advertiser. So let's dive into some of the things that really make a difference. Increasing followership. With things like increasing brand awareness, getting eyeballs on your ads is a top of the funnel phase, but it's still important. Paid advertising also helps you reach your target audience. Social media platforms have a robust set of targeting options, giving you the ability to narrow down on the most relevant audience groups. On Facebook, for instance, you can target users based on demographics, interests, behavior, and connections. Next up is it allows you to be results oriented and understand your success as a marketing team. A key component to paid advertising is it gives access to real-time reporting, which opens your team up to insights that aren't readily available without paid advertising. Controlling the narrative and who sees it is also a big draw when it comes to paid advertising. This allows you to be highly targeted and breathe new life into your brand. Lastly is brand visibility. Without advertising, there aren't a lot of ways that non-customers and non-followers can learn about your brand. The most effective way to reach them and increase brand awareness is by targeting them in your social media ads. So let's look at advertising by the numbers. Advertising in the world of social media has been one of the primary ad strategies for brands. Combine a compelling ad strategy with content that has the potential to go viral, and you can be looking at social media dominance. 48% of the world's population is active on social media. 2.5 hours a day is the average time block for social media users. And with the digital strategy being more important than ever, social ad spend increased by 9% in 2020. People are seeing ads more than ever, and Facebook has seen this increase, now telling advertisers that they have the ability to reach over 2.1 billion people. 50% of IG users become more interested in a brand when they see an ad for it, and the buying power of social users is also at an all-time high, with over 130 million Instagram accounts utilizing its shopping features. For brands that are exclusive to LinkedIn, users have the exposure to increase purchase intent by 33% and reach an audience of around 25 million people. So advertising at scale and scaling your ad efforts come in 4 steps: amplify, audience, distribution, and content. It starts with content. Make sure you are supplying great, rich, organic content that you can scale programmatically to ensure a relevant experience. Distribution is how your content will be distributed across social media channels. What is the cadence? How many digital touch points do you have? You want to make sure that you are distributing content not only on behalf of your brand and other branches, but also on behalf of your agents and advisors as well. The audience portion is where you are compliantly engaging with your audience on social media. And lastly, to amplify your advertising, it is to make your content accessible to a wider audience across all your intended platforms at scale. Now let's take a look at the ad landscape. When driving social media conversion, full funnel marketing is no stranger to paid advertising and should serve as a guide when it comes to your scalable strategy. The awareness piece is the first touch point. This is where your content is intended to speak to whoever is listening. These campaigns are measured by impressions or eyeballs on your content. Engagement is gold in the world of paid advertising. This is your opportunity to not only talk with your customers, but also flex your brand's tone and help build rapport with your audience. Clicks and overall engagement is the name of the game here. Consideration is when your customers have seen and engaged with your brand, or at least done one of those. These are almost to the finish line and need some additional convincing. At this stage, it's useful to generate leads and provide them with the content they can truly value. Conversions is the end all be all. This is when a consumer is ready to step up and buy into what you're selling. This is also an opportunity to upsell to said customer and add that extra layer of value. Keep in mind that during each of these steps, you can segment users and speak to them as they move through the funnel. A fully dialed social media conversion funnel is a great way to ensure you are not missing any low-hanging fruit. When looking at the different types of advertising, different platforms have different placements and types of ads that the advertiser can use at their disposal. While there is no one size fits all for which type works better, it is encouraged to test across all types of ad types and understand what works best for your brand. Facebook alone has image, video, carousel, which is basically multiple images in one post, and collection ads, which leverages a collection of a specific product in one ad. It should be noted that no other network comes close to the market penetration that Facebook has. And with their ad network also being part of the Instagram ecosystem, advertisers have access to massive audiences and placements for their advertising needs. The Facebook ad platform really puts an emphasis on finding the right people rather than just finding the most people. It also adapts to how users utilize both Facebook and Instagram to ensure advertisers have the best opportunity to succeed. Adding both Instagram and Facebook within the wheelhouse of your brand's advertising efforts are great opportunities to scale your business in ways that aren't available on other social platforms. Looking at what Twitter has. Promoted ads, which feature images, videos, and carousel ads. Follower ads, which are designed to increase visibility and can be used to promote an account to a targeted audience to build awareness and attract new followers. Twitter Amplify allows advertisers to align their ads with premium video content to the most relevant publishers. Twitter Takeover, which are the most premium ads, which offers mass reach placements that drive results across the funnel. And Twitter Ad Features, that offer a sweet brand of features that basically allow you to take some of the previously mentioned ad formats. Lastly, LinkedIn advertising, it puts an emphasis for B2B marketers. Like other social advertising platforms, LinkedIn advertising offers advertisers a variety of ad types and formats at their disposal. And like other platforms, you should be selecting your ad format based on the overall action you want to drive. When looking at your ad strategy, you want to determine a few key things before you launch anything. These are as follows: goals, which are your main objectives, and you want to plan on how you will meet them. Budget, what is your ad spend and how are you going to spend it? Your audience, how are you going to target these people and who are these people? And lastly, your content, how will you measure success across all of your questions that you need to ask yourself on your team? And what does the content specifically look like? When looking at advertising, you have a few things to consider. These are called key performance indicators in the world of advertising and are unique to each advertiser. Some are easier to measure than others, but all are valuable in their own right. At times, it can be difficult to tackle all your advertising goals in one campaign, so it helps to set up different campaigns with different goals in mind. These can also be segmented using the full funnel strategy that was reviewed a couple slides back. Building your brand awareness is an opportunity to generate interest around your products and services. This is very much a low touch function that doesn't require much effort from your team. Building your following is a great way to help increase engagement and the perception of your brand. When people see others following and engaging with your page, they will feel more inclined to do the same. Targeting audiences means getting your content in front of the right people. You can segment your audience list and even build lookalike audiences, which increase your chances of creating conversions. Link clicks are analyzing your click-through rate, or CTR. Testing different language here is also a solid way to understand what messaging entices someone to click on the link the most. Create conversions through setting up landing pages to gain valuable information and elevate the customer experience. And retargeting goals are looking at how you're re-engaging customers that have yet to convert but still interested in your brand, products, or services. When looking at your advertising budget, monitoring your monthly ad spend is imperative for your ad effectiveness. Different platforms have different cost per clicks, or CPCs. Different variables go into determining the cost for each click, such as audience, placement, and location. These social channels will give you a suggested budget, so start with what you're comfortable with, and then time and analysis will tell you when you need to change. Advertising your audience to an audience. An ad strategy is nothing without having a defined audience. And when building your audience list, be sure to select from specific personas related to your brand, previous email lists or customer data, which in turn allow you to build lookalike audiences. Understanding where your audience is on social media and how to speak to them could be a make or break factor for your advertising campaigns. Be sure to closely watch your audience and test them against different ads, copy, and content to really optimize your campaigns. Oh, there we go. So looking at content, a good indicator or understanding your audience is having the ability to serve up the correct content at every step of the funnel. Top of the funnel, or TOFU, is mainly for awareness and brand building. At the top of the marketing funnel, the visitor is in the awareness stage. They may not know about your brand or even aware of the products or solutions they need yet. So in this research-driven phase, the user wants information and answers. That often takes the form of, I have a problem and I'm looking for possible solutions. The user might simply want to research a passion or interest, favoring content that entertains or informs. Looking at the middle of the funnel is a visitor that has clearly defined their problem and narrowed down their solutions. They're beginning to evaluate your brand as one possible option. However, they're still comparing several brands and maybe considering other solutions as well. Because of many of your TOFU visitors will drop out of the funnel naturally, middle of the funnel visitors represent a smaller and more qualified slice of your audience. They are aware of the type of the solution that you provide and are interested in learning more. What are the pros and cons? Which qualities should they look for? Are there options that aren't aware of, etc.? Lastly is the bottom of the funnel. Content leads are highly qualified and well on their way to making a purchase. They've committed themselves to sticking with you through the two higher funnel stages. making this your smallest and most lucrative pool of prospects. They just need a little extra push to purchase, extra reassurance, extra incentives, and extra urgency. Your bottom of the funnel visitors usually put a heavy focus on branded search, including product specific searches and review types of keywords. On the flip side, they are looking for proof that your solution will deliver results, ROI, or whatever you may offer. And it is the only phase of the funnel where a purchase would happen. So let's look at bringing your efforts together. When it comes to content best practices, there have been multiple studies that tell you about the best content for customers. Some things to know are the best content to use. Video will be placed higher above photos, for it gives the user something more engaging to view. Be sure to make content that stands out from what users typically see on the platform. Also bear in mind the design of the application that your ad is placed in. For example, Facebook is blue, so be sure to create content that has a well-balanced contrast so it stands out and doesn't blend in with the natural design of the platform. Remember, social media users are served ads constantly, so create copy that is straight to the point and is going to be the most digestible for users to read. If you're using photos, make sure they are inviting and help contribute to the story of the copy. Short videos are a good way for you to create engaging content without sacrificing messaging, and strong calls to action or calls to value should be associated with every ad. Think of these as a call to value because you're creating value for the user. Lastly, content is king and quality content is key. After you've given your campaign some time to generate data, it's time to measure your data and optimize where it's necessary. Check on your ads weekly. Change creative and copy often to understand what ad works best. Please note that changing too many variables can be difficult to measure your success, so be sure to be strategic about your testing methods. A/B testing your campaigns against different audiences is a great way to also understand what is working for your campaigns. Feel free to be creative in what you test. And part of the advertising journey on the advertiser side is defining how to talk to your audience the best. So you may ask, what is A/B testing? When you are A/B testing, it's basically an experiment used by advertisers to best determine which variations of an ad experience performs better by pressing different versions to the user at random and then analyzing results. Some benefits to A/B testing are improved engagement, stronger content, higher conversion rates. The Denim social platform has a feature called Smart Campaigns that enables scalable A/B testing and handles automated reallocation for customers. Essentially, this lets advertisers relax and allows them to let their ad dollars go to the top performing ads in each and every market. So let's review our ad checklist so you're equipped to go down the right path with starting your advertising journey. Determine campaign goals and align them with business objectives. Create an audience. Ensure that content includes a call to action for customers. Set your ad budget. Gather your assets. Publish a dialed-in version of your creative, and analyze and adjust. To wrap all this up, it's known that social media advertising can drive impactful results to your business. Monitoring your paid social efforts can be a daunting task, and if there's one thing any advertiser may need, it's a good tool. Denim offers an advertising solution, and that solution allows financial institutions to connect with customers through localized, micro-targeted, mobile, and social media advertising. Easily manage campaigns for your brand, branches, and advisors all on one platform while performance by automatically optimizing ads across multiple locations. Giving you access to branded campaigns where you create mobile ad campaigns to drive awareness and increase product consideration and conversions. Analytics that improve your ad performance, local campaigns, and compliance features that automatically archive all social media advertising for compliance audits. I want to thank all of you for attending our webinar today, and I hope that I've piqued your interest when it comes to paid advertising on social media. If you're curious to learn more about Denim's advertising solution, please book a demo with us at denimsocial.com/demo. And now we can field questions. So let's see.
We've been answering some questions in the chat here, and we did have a question regarding optimum video time duration. And we said under 2 minutes, depending on the platform that you're posting on. But Megan or Marquise, do you have any additional information on what would be the ideal time duration for a video?
Yeah, so under 2 minutes is definitely key. But being able to get your video even shorter than that, probably to the 15 to 30-second mark, is also, it will also work in your favor as well.
All right.
And to compound on that a little bit too, it's all about testing, right? Marquise hit on A/B testing so much, and I think that that's so important. Maybe running some A/B tests to see where people kind of lose interest in the video or keep scrolling on. So always be testing for sure.
All right, we do have another question from Matt. He asks, what do you think is essential for conversions coming from social media?
It really just depends on your goals. That could be anything from a landing page view to a lead to actually purchasing something. Different campaigns will have different goals. So again, I'd reference that funnel, and each stage of the funnel will have different conversion goals for you.
All right, thank you, Marquise. Do we have any other questions? It doesn't look like we have any other general questions coming in now. We'll stay on for another minute or so, and you feel free to drop off. That concludes our presentation today.
Thanks, everyone.
Looks like we do have one more question here.
Oh, cool.
Minute, it says, I've run some ads on Facebook, but due to the type of advertising, it wouldn't allow me to actually specify the target audience based on financial regulation. How do you get around that?
So Facebook does allow you to basically choose specific interests that they have. Unfortunately, yes, I am aware that you aren't able to upload specific audiences when it comes to financial industries, or I think housing is also another vertical that they kind of put that restriction on. But really, you would just have to leverage their specific audiences that they have already in the platform. And these are people who show that interest or like specific pages within the Facebook ecosystem.
All right, thank you, Marquise.
Yep.
Any further questions, anyone? And as a reminder, this presentation is recorded, so we'll be sending out a recording of the presentation along with a one-pager to everyone who's joined today, and it will also be housed in our help center to access whenever you need. Looks like we have another question coming in.
Okay.
I believe they're typing it out. All right, so the question is, we have a couple here. Do you have any recommendations on how to gain followers and likes? Is there a rule where you can't have a contest to have people like and share as part of the contest?
I think that, so as far as the rule on the platform, no, but there may be specific rules based on your industry. But if they are specific things where if a specific prize may be given, like something small or something like that, I'm pretty sure that you do have the freedom to do that. Also, leveraging brand ambassadors is a really good way, or possibly doing some collaboration with other accounts is also another good way to generate additional followers to your accounts.
right, thank you, Marquise.
Mhm.
We do have an additional question. So we have someone asking, can anyone communicate verbally with Facebook or Instagram? An example would be Facebook is not allowing me to change the name of my business page to my new bank, and the reasons for not allowing me, allowing him or not allowing him to speak to Facebook. So I guess, is there anyone at Facebook that you can speak to get help with your business page?
It would just be submitting a support ticket for your account. Unfortunately, I am not aware of a specific go-to person, but you would need to create a support ticket with Facebook when it comes to issues with your business page.
All right, thank you. And adding on top of that, you can see in the chat, the Business Help Center has a chat that has been helpful for others where you can chat with an actual human.
Mm.
All right, do we have any additional questions that are lingering? All right, it looks like we've cleared up all of the questions here. We'll stay on for one more minute. All right. Thank you everyone for joining our Lunch and Learn today. And if you have any lingering questions that you'd like answered, feel free and use the chat feature in the platform. We can go ahead and answer those questions there. Otherwise, we'll be sending out an email here later on this week with the live webinar and a PDF. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.